Alrighty then. Yo, what's up guys? The Insane Game Freak here to bring you Durarara Season 2, Part 2, Episode 12, finale, well, Part 2 finale review. Literally just finished watching the episode, so I'm processing everything. And I'm pretty sure we now have what the final act is pretty much going to set up for. Because we get kind of a ridiculous major revelation here at the end of this part. And I'm a little mindfucked by it because I wasn't really expecting it to go that direction. So we know the person who hit Kodaka was an Izumi, which is Aoba's brother. So apparently Aoba's brother had nothing to do with that. But I thought I heard his voice, or maybe it's someone. Well, who else has it out? Well, there probably are other people who have it out for Kodaka. But it then brings up the question. My only other guess now is maybe Mikado did that. Mikado did the hit and run to get Kodaka out of the way. And that's why he had no intention of killing him, but just getting him in the hospital to prevent him from doing anything. That's my assumption, that maybe that's something Mikado or Aoba did. And then we kind of get to the salty Mikado Akabayashi thing where it's like, look, I know what you're doing, kid. And it's kind of obvious. It's kind of obvious that Mikado, although isn't like good at this shit, he's conniving enough not to. He's honestly gotten to the point where he just doesn't give a damn. Like if you listen to his conversation with Salty and even notice his eyes in certain parts of that conversation, Mikado doesn't give a damn anymore. Mikado realizes that he's doing something flawed and stupid. He just doesn't care. His whole goal at this point, I think he wants to exist in this land of abnormality. That's what he wants to do. He doesn't want to be anywhere else. He likes being in the sea of insanity. He doesn't give a fuck if he's being used. He doesn't give a fuck about any of that. His goal is to do whatever the fuck he wants. I think he's kind of realized that he wants his own sense of freedom. And his freedom is doing what he wants to do. And what he wants to do is purge the dollars. He also recognizes that him and me... And it's kind of obvious. Kita's goal is to save him. That's it. Point blank period. He wants to save him. He has no, like... Kita just doesn't care about where he goes to do that. He thinks that this is his fault, that Mikado got sucked into it in the first place, which I would say kind of, but I don't think it was entirely his fault. I mean, the fact that he made the dollars kind of showed that Mikado had problems before that. They've just become way more prevalent as time has gone on. So Kita and Masaomi and Mikado are fighting. They know that they're fighting each other. They just don't give a damn. It's like, look, we're going to beat each other into the ground, and then hopefully after everything is destroyed and everything is ruined. I don't think Mikado even plans to win. I think Mikado just plans to just give it everything he has, and he's going to just, everything is going to get destroyed, and he doesn't give a fuck. Like, I think he's gotten to that point where he just doesn't care anymore. He's almost borderline just lost his mind. But he still cares, and you can still see that his personality is still the same. He's still a normal kid. He just has a really fucked up problem in regards to this. He doesn't care anymore, so he's just throwing everything at it. He knows Aoba's a piece of shit. He's aware that Aoba's probably using him. He just doesn't give a damn. He knows, and Aoba, it's all this mutual, I don't give a fuck about anybody else, I'm just using you for my own needs. Aoba's using Mikado to hide and pretty much do what the fuck. Aoba wants to take down Izaya. Kido doesn't like Izaya, but is going to have to end up using Izaya to get to where he needs to go. Fuck you, phone. Izaya, he's going to end up having to use Izaya to take down Mikado. And Izaya is like, look, you fuck with Namine, I'm going to have to ruin everything. And then that's when we get the biggest shocker of this part. It all traces back to Saika. You know, Saika, which seemed kind of like a subplot at best. You get the end of this and you're like, oh, shit. Saika's like the fucking core of it all. This is the girl who sold... The girl that we saw, the fucking assistant, that's not her real name, so I'm not even going to bother remembering it now. But then she's assumed this name to have control of Saika. She sent it off. She sold it to, like, Henri's father, probably. Or probably the Yodagiri family, which ended up giving it to Henri's dad, which ended up the sword, which is why the main sword got passed down to Henri. Which is probably the reason why Henri probably won't ever be controlled by it, is because Henri actually holds the damn sword. Everybody else just holds fragments of the sword, which is why they don't mind. Then again, I don't think Izaya hasn't had too much interaction with Saika except for Haruna and Henri. which is what it boils down to. All the Jinrais are irrelevant. None of that shit was relevant. The Jinrais were doing whatever the fuck they want, but at the end of the day, that girl was just using them. She was using them as a masking. So apparently she has an obsession with dealing with all these inhuman creatures. Jinrais don't fucking matter. The Jinrai family is a mock-up fucking figurehead family. They were just there to mask everything. That's why you can't tell which Jinrai stabbed Isaiah, because as you saw near the end, she has a list of just all these numbers of Jinrais in her fucking phone. These are just figureheads that she keeps grabbing. Where these figureheads are coming from and who are they really, we don't fucking know. The point is, she's just, and she wants Celti's head, she wants Rory, and I'm pretty sure she wants Henri, which makes a lot of sense considering Henri has the main sword. And Henri, unlike the other ones, Henri spent enough time with that sword that I think she's more adept at dealing with the whole urges and the issues and shit, and it kind of fucked up her personality. Granted, seeing your parents murder each other kind of does that too, so yeah. So really, part 2 ends with Kida, Mikado don't give a fuck, taking each other down. Aoba is going to be sleeking in the shadows. I heard some shit with Isaiah's sister comes into play in terms of Aoba. I don't know all the specifics. Oh yeah, we find out that the policewoman's uncle is the guy who's been chasing Celti around, the police guy wearing the scarf and shit. Shizuo, we know, has been arrested, but we don't understand. Apparently it was for him hurting a woman. Which is a false charge. So we don't know what it is. Verona's kind of caught up in her feelings, even though the monologue pretty much makes it seem like, look, she's changed since hanging with Isaiah, but her interaction, no, she's changed hanging out with Tom and Shizuo, but she's going to slowly end up changing back due to her interactions with Sloane and Isaiah. Which is kind of sad, because I kind of like New Verona. New Verona's cool. But it's kind of obvious Shizuo is kind of serving as her bound. She has a thing for Shizuo. That's kind of obvious what it is. And she's gonna slowly get fucked up by Isaiah. Just has a tendency of fucking everybody up, which is essentially what's gonna happen to Verona, depending on how part 3 goes out. The fact that the narrator came in for that makes me think that that's gonna come back and bite Shizuo in the ass at some point. Even though for some reason Sloane recognizes that he's just being used as a cog. But granted, at a certain point, I don't think he has any control over it. So the fact that he's running with one of the Psycha girls didn't help him any. You're running with a girl who's honestly being controlled by another girl. Oh, and by the way, she's being controlled and slashing probably your entire crew. So Isaiah's up shit creek. I like how both parts end with Isaiah getting fucked over. The first part ended with him getting stabbed. The second part ends up with him getting shit rocked by Sloane and then getting taken back to Psycha headquarters, which is what I'm going to call it for right now. And Celti comes home to the biggest what the fuck at the end, where you see Walter and Toga's, I keep fucking up his name, Tosagawa, I think. You see Namine's fine, and Seiji and Mika and shit, and fucking Shinra's parents, and you're just like, okay, now I'm officially confused. Namine, why are you fine? I understand why Seiji and Mika might be there because of correlation with Namine. My question is, why is Namine fine? Why is she, or Namine, I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. My question is now, and which means the first few episodes of the third and final part for Durarara will probably be explaining everything that's happened to lead to these events. I understand why Walter Tokusawa might be there to an extent, but I'm confused about everything else. We don't specifically know who did the hit and run on Kodaka. We're not 100% sure who got Shizuo arrested. Things have just gotten reckless. Mikado and Kida are kind of their own little entity now. They're just going to be fighting. Aoba's going to be skulking in the shadows. Akabayashi's like, look, you keep fucking with us, you're going to get your shit rocked. And I think really Mikado has no intention of fucking with them. But he has no problems fucking with them if it comes to that. He doesn't plan to, but it will come to that. It's kind of odd. Mikado's like a weird type of Two-Face. He's not like so black and white about it. He's just more... He's very... You can't tell what part is genuine anymore. Because, I mean, why act meek and scared and shit unless that's just your natural nature, which it probably still is. He's probably still meek and scared, and I bet you he'll be full, I don't give a fuck about nothing near the end of part 3, which will probably be 12 episodes in itself, which means Durarara in total will probably be about 60-something episodes as a whole. Point is, we have officially hit that climax. The rest of this will be a lot of Psycho focus, but probably some development for Aoba, some development for Verona, because Verona's probably going to go through some shit. The fact that narration bothered me, because I kind of like how Verona was going in this season, this part of this season, but it's not going to stay that way, and that's the problem of it all. But, yeah, Durarara, Part 2, Episode 12 review. Season 2, Part 2, Episode 12 review. Over. I won't see you guys again review-wise until next year. So, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And oh my god, this shit should be fun. But once again, just get ready for some damn flashback episodes for the first few episodes of Part 3. Those are all going to be flashbacks because you got to explain how Nominating got away from one of the Jinrais. And we gotta explain, and we still gotta come back with the Psycho. I like how Psycho has caused so many fucking problems in this series. Which is weird, because it felt like such a sub thing in the damn first season. And second season, it's like the cause of almost all of these damn problems. Almost all of the major issues have come from this shit. At least all the subplot major issues have. My fucking god. So that means Armin's gonna get heavily involved next part, and that's will probably lead to the ending clash. So anyways, leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. This has been the Insane Game Freak. Life's a game, play to win, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace!